The Hobbit, or There and Back Again by J.R.R. Tolkien. A book so popular, they decided to make a movie that's almost 3 hours long, and a movie trilogy that has a total runtime of 7 hours and 54 minutes. Who is sitting through that? Possibly me.
Bruh.
I simply need to understand the hype. So for this week's video, I'll be reading The Hobbit while completing some fall crafts like carving a pumpkin, painting a Halloween scene, and tinseling my hair. Yes, it's not very fall, but it's also really cute, so it gets a pass. So since we're gonna be going on a little Hobbit adventure, let's go to the river to start our book. Hey guys, I'm super excited to give you guys my thoughts about The Hobbit because I'm honestly having a really good time and I'm surprised about it because I truthfully know nothing about this universe, so I'm having a great time being introduced to it because like Bilbo Baggins,
What was that? Okay.
I also have no idea what's going on, and I also love the comfort of my own house. And going on an adventure sometimes sounds really scary, although it can be pretty thrilling, as I'm finding out. So based on my understanding of the novel thus far, we are following the main character who's a hobbit named Bilbo Baggins, and he lives in a hobbit hole, which I think is like on the side of a mountain or like a hill, and it has a round door, which is so cute. Like in my head, I've constructed a pretty cute, cozy little home, and I think I did watch the movie, but I swear it's been over a decade, so I don't remember anything about the movie. So my brain is having to construct this all from the ground up, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. So we're introduced to this little hobbit who's so comfortable in his current lifestyle that whenever a bunch of dwarves start coming into his house, along with Gandalf the Great Wizard, he's completely thrown off and super confused why all these adventurers are coming to him to take him on an adventure, but he reluctantly accepts because Gandalf basically talks him up. So now we're following Bilbo Baggins as he's being introduced to creatures and lands that he's never seen before. So it's new to both him and us as the reader. And I'm having a pretty good time. I've barely started the book. I'm only 14% through, but the first chapter was so long. If all the chapters were that long, I probably would have given up. But I think that was just the longest chapter, just getting us introduced. And now that we're in the story, we're gonna start going on little quests. So I can do that. But if they were all as long as the first chapter, I would have signed off. Something that I found really cute about the book is that the narrator breaks the fourth wall a couple times, and I think this just adds to the satirical nature of the prose. You can just feel that the author was playful, and that may sound weird, but it's almost like the story doesn't take itself too seriously, and that just keeps everything lighthearted and fun and whimsical, because I imagine the things that we end up learning about and the creatures that we end up meeting are pretty scary. It just makes us as the readers so curious and so ready and willing to engage with these new scenarios. So I really appreciate that. For example, Bilbo Baggins and this team of dwarves end up losing all their stuff in a river. And so it's dark and they're cold and they need a fire and food. And they see a fire off in the distance. They go to the fire, but there are 3 huge trolls surrounding the fire. And Bilbo tries to steal something from them, but they end up catching him. It becomes this whole huge deal. But as this event's happening, you realize that the trolls are named Bert, Tom, and William. Like just that in and of itself is so unserious and funny and super random for a fantasy novel. They also have really silly personalities and they almost banter like they're siblings. And this fighting, sassy nature is what allows Gandalf to basically trick them that they're hearing one of their brothers talking, like talking smack basically. So the trolls end up fighting with each other and they don't even realize that the dwarves and Bilbo escape. Like that's just so silly and fun. And this is the first set of creatures that we encounter in this book, so I can only imagine that it's just gonna get better from here, so I'm super excited. I was a little bit worried because like I said, the first chapter was long, and we also kind of just get thrown right into the story with Bilbo. Like he doesn't really know what's going on, but all these dwarves and the wizard were just talking about this adventure that they were gonna go on. And both the reader and Bilbo are struggling to understand what even is going on. Like they're talking about this adventure and Bilbo's like, who is that person? What is that place? How am I involved in this? So yes, it's a little bit confusing to like be thrown into into the world, but also we're learning alongside Bilbo. So it makes it so much more enjoyable because he also has no idea what's going on. So we're in the same boat. When I first picked up the book, I did think it was a classic, but I'm discovering now that I think it's a modern classic because it's not as difficult to consume as I thought it would be, but it's not as easy to understand as a contemporary book is. So I decided that I would start listening to the audiobook, and that was genuinely one of the best choices I could have made. The audiobook is so good and it is so perfectly narrated. If you guys saw my last video, you would understand how picky I am about audiobooks, but this one just does it so well. The way that the narrator seems to understand these characters to the extent of creating a voice for them is just so good. Like, I can't even do it that good in my head. So I really appreciate this narration, and I think it's only amplifying the story. Like, truly, I don't think I was experiencing the story with as much joy and curiosity as I am now listening to the audiobook. And that is so rare. Usually the audiobook dampens my experience, but this audiobook is elevating it, so I am super excited to continue this book. But of course, I'll update you guys if anything changes, and I'll see you guys soon with some more updates. Guys, the book has only gotten better since we last spoke. And I'm only 29% through, but I'm really enjoying this. It kind of reminds me of The Princess Bride, and I don't know if that's a super accurate description because I haven't read The Princess Bride in years, but I think my brain is drawing parallels because I'm pretty sure in The Princess Bride, the author also breaks the fourth wall and addresses the reader directly. There's like satirical, humorous commentary throughout and tons of adventure. Creatures, fun, playful storytelling. So I'm pretty sure that's why I'm thinking about The Princess Bride while I'm reading this book, because this has all of the same characteristics. It's so fun, so adventurous. And although there's not romance, which I thought I would hate, I'm still really liking it. Right now, like I said, I'm 29% through the book, but when I was 20% through the book, I literally left a note to myself to mention that at that point, we had already met dwarves, a wizard, elves, trolls, and goblins. Like, that is crazy. There's so much fun storytelling and adventuring happening. And I don't think I mentioned this in the last update, but the writing is so beautifully descriptive and immersive, especially now that we're going on so many adventures. The author is able to detail them in such an impressive way that you truthfully need to experience if you have not already. So I marked a few spots, but genuinely I could flip to a random page and read and you would still be impressed by it, I promise. This is a moment within the book where the dwarves and Baggins were trapped by goblins and Gandalf ends up saving them. The yells and yammering, croaking, gibbering, and jabbering, howls, growls, and curses, shrieking and skriking that followed were beyond description. Several hundred wildcats and wolves being roasted slowly alive together would not have compared with it. The sparks were burning holes in the goblins, and the smoke that now fell from the roof made the air too thick for even their eyes to see through. Soon they were falling over one another and rolling in heaps on the floor, biting and kicking and fighting as if they had all gone mad. Like, can't you just imagine that? You can genuinely paint a picture, a full-blown image in your head of what is going on. I love it. Okay, I have one more moment marked. Now this is when we met Gollum. And I don't know if I've told you guys, but I watched The Hobbit like 10 plus years ago, so I truthfully don't remember anything from the movie aside from Gollum, because he was just so creepy.
Hi.
And somehow he's creepier in the book. Somehow he's creepier. So here's a description in Gollum's creepy little cave. Deep down here by the dark water lived old Gollum, a small slimy creature. I don't know where he came from, nor who or what he was. He was Gollum, as dark as darkness, except for two big round pale eyes in his thin face. He had a little boat and he rowed about quite quietly on the lake, for lake it was, wide and deep and deadly cold. He paddled it with large feet dangling over the side, but never a ripple did he make, not he. He was looking out of his pale lamp-like eyes for blind fish, which he grabbed with his long fingers as quick as thinking. He liked meat too. Goblin he thought good, when he could get it, but he took care that they never found him out. He just throttled them from behind if they were to ever come down alone anywhere near the edge of the water while he was prowling about. They very seldom did, for they had a feeling that something unpleasant was lurking down there, down at the very roots of the mountain. So yeah, super creepy. And like I've told you guys, I'm listening to the audiobook and the narrator is genuinely so amazing. He's literally doing a Gollum voice and it seems super accurate to the movie from what I remember. And regardless, it's so creepy.
This thing all things devours. Birds, beasts, trees, flowers, gnaws iron, bites steel, grinds hard stones to meal, slays king, ruins town, and beats high mountain down.
And there's even songs and riddles in the book that the narrator will sing and like have a little tune to the riddles.
Old fat spider spinning in a tree. Old fat spider can't see me. At a cop, won't you stop? Stop your spinning and look for me. Not very good perhaps, but then you must remember that he had to make it up himself on the spur of a very awkward moment.
It's just so good. If I was reading it, I would not be doing it justice like he is. So I'm planning to continue listening to the audiobook, and today I have to drop off a sourdough order in another town that's 30 minutes away. So I'm gonna have an hour there and back again. You get it? Anyways, I'm gonna have an hour there and back again to listen to the audiobook, and then of course I'll update you guys whenever I have anything more to say. But my last thought is, why do I feel bad for Gollum? Like, I feel honestly really bad for him because it sounds like he had a grandma and he was living like above the surface for a while, and then something happened and now he's alone and lonely in the depths of a cave. I feel bad for bro. And also, he literally calls himself my precious. I thought he was calling the ring my precious in the movie, but he's calling himself my precious because he has no socialization skills and he's just like referring to himself because he has no one down there. Like, that's really sad. But he is really creepy and I don't particularly want to be friends with him. So that's all I have to say for now. I'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, this is gonna be such a quick update, I hope. I'm 51% through the book and I'm still really liking it, yeah. I really like this book, it's so much fun. The dwarves and Bilbo just started traveling through the woodland forest and Gandalf keeps leaving them. Like, he'll come back, save them, and then leave them again. So they're having to navigate this forest alone. And the only rule Gandalf said was to not leave the path. So of course they're gonna leave the path. But to be fair, every time they leave the path, they're trying to get to a feast. But then when they get close enough to the feast, all the lights around the feast go out and then they can't find their way around, can't even find their way back to each other. But they're just so hungry. They've been traveling in this forest forever and they have no food left. So they're so starving and that's why they keep doing this. But it's still annoying the hell out of me. Like, learn from your mistakes, boys, please. In the last update, I talked about how many creatures I had seen up to the 20% mark. We've probably met like 3 different creatures up to this point. So lots of stuff going on, lots of adventure. The chapter I'm in right now is called Flies and Spiders, and we just met a huge spider that was like wrapping up little Bilbo. So I can't wait to keep listening to the audiobook. It's so good. So far, my favorite scene has absolutely been the Gollum scene, but I think this chapter is gonna be pretty promising because I'm only like halfway through. I did notice that a lot of the chapters in the book are really long. So if I was only reading it, that would definitely be a deterrent for me because I like the checkpoint of getting through chapters quickly, but since I'm listening to the audiobook, I really can't complain. So I'm gonna keep reading and I'll update you guys when I have more thoughts. Guys, I low-key forgot that it's almost Halloween, but me and my friends literally have a Halloween craft night tonight, and I was thinking it would be fun if I go pick up Rice Krispie ingredients from the store and make them from scratch. Like, I don't know why I've been craving them, but I just really want to do that. So that's the plan, and since I'm gonna be going to the store, I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I'm shopping, and obviously in the car ride. So I'm gonna go pick up the Rice Krispie stuff, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Wait, put it in there, maybe it'll... my damn hand in there. Wait, but it's gonna burn you. Tilt it.
And I burned the paper towel too. Okay, period.
Okay.
Does it look good?
This is out already.
More
Wait, you
fire.
can see it, you can see it. Oh my god, Sadie's burning. No. guys, I'm officially 61% through the audiobook, but I have some thoughts. I am still liking the book, okay? Don't get me wrong, but you guys know I'm honest. And how I'm honestly feeling is a little bit bored, only because, hear me out, please, only because since we're going on an adventure and there's so many scary creatures, so many crazy moments, the dwarves and the Hobbit keep getting caught up, and then they do ultimately escape, but we're following this cycle of getting caught up, escaping, getting caught up, escaping, getting caught up, escaping, and it's been like 5 times, and at this point I'm like kind of over it, and excuse me, I just want to get into the next major plot point, you know, like I want to see the story progress. It feels like we're kind of caught up in this adventure time warp. I don't want to keep re-experiencing them getting caught just to escape again. I hope you'll give me grace and hear me out on that one, but I am still going to listen to the book because I do still like it. Everything that I've complimented before is still true of the moment in time that I'm at right now. I'm just not feeling it as much as I once was. But today I wanted to put hair tinsel in. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but I've done it once before. I put gold in my hair and it looked like this. It was so beautiful. I loved it so much. But today I want to put a color in my hair and maybe even a multicolor. I think it would look so pretty and I'm so excited, but it takes so long, but this is the perfect opportunity to keep listening to my audiobook. So that's the plan. Let's see which color I end up picking and let's see how it turns out. I hope it looks good. I guess we'll see. I'll update you guys soon. So this is the one that I did before, the gold, and I guess I tried doing light pink and gave up. The silver, why is it actually so good? Because it's hollow. Oh my god. Looking in my camera, the ones that I want the most are this pink one, the light blue, the dark blue, and maybe the red. I didn't love the multicolor as much as I thought I would, but oh my gosh, I wish you guys could vote. I don't know which one I'm gonna do. Literally, this is option paralysis in full effect. I don't know which one to pick still. It's been like 5 minutes, but look at how hollow that is. I probably need to do that, but I feel like it's too similar in subtlety to the gold, and I feel like I wanted a crazy color to break up my hair, like to make it look interesting, and I don't know if that one's interesting enough, so maybe pink or light blue. I don't know. I wish you guys could vote so badly. Let me hold up certain colors and then you guys comment what you wish I would have done, because obviously I'm gonna have to make a decision before you guys can vote. Okay, so what if I did hot pink? Okay, that one looks good. Red, that's kind of fun. Dark blue, I don't know if I love that for some reason. Light blue, I don't know why I keep going back and forth. That doesn't really look like it compliments me very much for some reason. Okay, hollow, I don't like it as much as I thought I would. Only whenever it's like rainbow do I love it. Okay, fuchsia, I guess. I feel like holding them up to my hair, I think my favorites were this hot pink. The red I was okay with, and then the light blue I liked a lot because it really pops. So I think these, I'm gonna ask my sister. I can't decide. Okay, we've decided. Drop your comments. Hurry, 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 hurry. Pink. Hot pink. Let's rock and roll. I'm scared. What is that big ass smudge? Wait, that low-key worked. This is my hair. I low-key want more. What I did was I took these little beads and I added 3 strands of pink and then folded it over, so each section has 6 strands, but my hair is so thick I feel like you can barely see it, so I kind of want to add more. And my friend's gonna come over today and help me do the back. I got like 70-something% through the book, and I low-key spoke too soon because I was complaining about the repetition and the cycle of them getting captured and getting released, but we just got to like the main climax of the book, so I probably should have just bit my tongue for a little bit longer. But yeah, the book's fun as always. I'm just really excited about this, so I'm distracted from the book right now. Okay, here's a selfie camera. I feel like this side has way more, and I think it's because this side I might have like cut too big of a section, like they're buried deeper, so whoopsies, but I think it still looks cute. I like it. I'm gonna turn on the flash so that you guys can see it sparkle. Okay, how are we feeling? In the mirror it looks very sparkle, but I want more. Like I want more sparkles. Rate how good I did in the comments 1 through 10. I feel like I did like a 6. I just need more sparkles, more pink. We're officially in the dragon's den. Like, we're officially at the gold, but they're trying to figure out how they can get all of it. I'm taking a little break to lay with my little baby Jippy, but I'm gonna paint today, and I think I'm gonna do a time lapse of it while I listen to the audiobook, and I can definitely finish the audiobook because I have like 3 more hours, if even. Why is there a laser beam on my head? Okay. I can definitely finish it, and I'm really excited to be done with it. And this is a baby Jippy. This is a baby Jippy. This is the Halloween decoration that I'm gonna be painting while I listen to the audiobook. I think white ghost, but shaded, because he's gonna be on top of this white spider web, and then black spiders, and I think I'm gonna do a pattern in each of these using orange, white, and black. That's the plan. Hopefully it turns out. It's really cute, so I don't want to fuck it up. Okay, I'm planning out which pattern I'm gonna put on these, and I did this, and I think I'm gonna go with this. It looks goofy, but I think once I paint it, it'll make sense. Just imagine it. Cute. I had no clue that it was a mirror. That honestly ruins the illusion so much, but it's really cute. I love how it turned out. Why is it swaying though? Haunted. It's time for the final update. I've officially finished The Hobbit. I actually finished it at the exact same time that I finished painting, so that was pretty satisfying to me. I really do like how it turned out. I'm super happy with it, and I'm also pretty happy with how I feel regarding The Hobbit. I was not expecting to like this book as much as I do, and although towards the end I did get a little tired of the adventure, maybe, I'm not sure what about the book started to turn me off from it, but I didn't end up hating it or anything like that. I actually really enjoyed it, and I would encourage that you guys pick it up. If you love action movies, I think you would like this book. If you really liked The Princess Bride, you might like this book. And if it's been on your list for a while, just go ahead and pick it up because I think you'll enjoy it. So those are my recommendations for who I think should pick up this book. I would rate The Hobbit 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I think the only reason why I feel like I need to take one off, because towards the end I did start to get a little bit bored by how long the plot was expanded. It's hard to describe, but I feel like because the author's language is so descriptive, the scenes last a little bit longer than I'm comfortable with or that I'm used to. And that's not a bad thing by any means. Like, it's probably just I'm brain rotted and like I can't last very long in the same scene. I don't really know, but that's really my only, it's not even a complaint, it's just my personal preference. I really think that the author's incredibly talented. We all know that's why the book is so popular. Incredibly talented author, beautiful prose, really interesting plot line, incredible world, good storytelling, and all of the songs and riddles and poems were super fun inclusions. And there's also parts of the map that you have to like use a key to decode. Like there's like ruins or something. I don't honestly remember what that was about, but I really like how he included all those fun little pieces into the storytelling. Really like the book, and also really like how my hair turned out. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but there's quite a bit of pink. I don't know what the back looks like. My friend helped me, so hopefully it looks cool. But yeah, this video was super fun, and I wanted to wish you guys a happy almost Halloween. I hope I'll see you guys next week. Bye!
Time! Bilbo was saved by pure luck. For that, of course, was the answer.